Quick announcement before we get started. Our landlord has decided not to renew the lease, so we're selling a bunch of manga and magic cards over on eBay. Link down below to help support my family and get us into a new place. Prices are reasonable, unless you want to be generous, of course. Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was inspired by last week's Commander Horizons 3 stream. Modern Horizons 3. Today's deck is led by Sorin of House Markov. And I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Sorin of House Markov is a 2-mana 1/4 legendary human noble with lifelink and extort. At the beginning of our post-combat main phase, if we gain 3 or more life this turn, we exile Sorin, then return him to the battlefield transformed. Sorin, Ravenous Neonate, is a legendary planeswalker with 3 starting loyalty and extort as a static ability. We may add 2 loyalty to create a food token. We may remove a loyalty to have Sorin deal damage equal to the amount of life we gained this turn to any target. Or we may remove 6 loyalty to gain control of target creature. That creature becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. If we control a white permanent other than Sorin or that creature, we also put a lifelink counter on it. I'm a big fan of flipwalkers, and the fact that we're getting 5 of them this set means I get to do 1 a day for the whole week. Also, the fact that they're all 2 colors brings me joy. Yes, you heard that right. They are all 2 colors. Want proof? Here you go. If you flip Sorin of House Markov over into Sorin Ravenous Neonate and zoom into that little dot right there, you can see that it has both black and white. This dot here is to denote the color identity of a card that has no casting cost. This means that Sorin of House Markov has an Orzhov color identity. As a reminder, extort is a key word. The Orzhov mana symbol is there in the reminder text, and does not determine the color identity of the card. Anyway, this deck will be an Orzhov Lifegain deck, with a bit of a pillow fort to help us stay alive long enough to drain out our opponents. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful red one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm going to be streaming on Musings by Danon as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about manga. Honestly, about half my streams are spent talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Godless Shrine, Vault of Champions, Shattered Sanctum, Isolated Chapel, Shadowy Backstreet, Snowfield Sinkhole, Sunlit Marsh, Tainted Field, Desolate Mire, Fetid Heath, Caves of Koilos, Bright Climb Pathway, Shine Shadow Snarl, Orzhov Basilica, Scoured Barrens, Bajuka Bog, Myriad Landscape, Evolving Wilds, Terramorphic Expanse, 8 plains, and 8 swamps make up the land base for our deck. Cryptcast, Life Insurance, Smothering Tithe, Dark Ritual, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Marble Diamond, Charcoal Diamond, Talisman of Hierarchy, Orzhov Signet, Felwar Stone, Decanter of Endless Water, and Chromatic Lantern help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Yes, we're running the diamonds. I want colored mana to activate Extort. In this deck, I'd rather run them than a Mind Stone. Syndicate Heavy, Treasury Thrall, Lyisa, Forgotten Archangel, Insatiable Avarice, Bolus's Citadel, The Gaffer, Esper Sentinel, Archivist of Ogma, Tomic, Wielder of Law, Mangara the Diplomat, Twilight Prophet, and Sun Titan help us to dig through our deck and recast any creatures that die. Blind Obedience, Authority of the Consuls, Swords to Plowshares, Ghostly Prison, Anguished Unmaking, Karloff of the Ghost Council, Fracture, D-Spark, Generous Gift, Heliod's Intervention, Leyline of the Void, and Ink Shield help us to keep our opponents in line. Toxic Deluge, and Farewell let us reset the board as needed. Pontiff of Blight, Syndic of Tithes, Thrall Parasite, Tithe Drinker, Basilica Screecher, Kumbal, Consul of Allocation, Lyisa, Shroud of Dusk, Sanguine Bond, Veto, Thorn of the Duskrose, Marauding Blight Priest, Cliffhaven Vampire, Soul Warden, Suture Priest, Soul's Attendant, Grey Merchant of Asphodel, Vizcapa Guildmage, Bloodletter of Alcazatz, Indulging Patrician, Rock's Faithmender, Astarion the Decadent, Crested Sunmare, Epicure of Blood, and Beacon of Immortality make up the core of our deck, and how we plan on winning. Now that we have our deck list, we can compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp. Right on target. 12 pieces of card advantage. 12 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Bojuka Bog, Farewell, and Leyline of the Void. 1 sudden I win card in Beacon of Immortality. If we downtick Sorin Ravenous Neonate, we deal damage to any target equal to the life we've gained this turn. Beacon of Immortality doubles our life total. And since we're playing a Lifegain deck, we should be able to kill someone immediately. Now, I know we're running the dreaded Smothering Tithe, but other than that, our deck isn't really that strong. I wanted to build something a bit more fun. There are no tutors and no infinite combos. But even knowing that, we've got enough interaction and enough life gain that we are still a problem. We probably won't be the biggest threat at the table, which is fine. That's not what we're going for with this deck. We're trying to just hang back, gain a bit of life, poke people a little bit, and chill. Until we can win out of nowhere by gaining enough life to drain the table with Veto and Sanguine Bond. Are you building a Sorin of House Markov commander deck? What theme are you going with? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Dana. You can have a video made, or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Mark, Borgie, Nazwin, Midge, Alex, Alex, Conga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Michael, Skinwalker, Sidewinder, William, Austin, Aaron, and Dan. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Dana.